125 million people. Official homeless count, 2,500. That's 0.002%. Meanwhile, the United States, with less than 3 times the population, reports over 650,000. So what's Japan's secret? Did they solve the crisis or just learn to hide it? Tonight, we follow the invisible, the rules that keep streets spotless, the shame that keeps mouths shut, and the systems designed to make people vanish from every metric that matters. This is Invisible People, why you don't see homeless in Japan. It's 2 a.m. in Shibuya. The scramble crossing, the world's busiest intersection, lies empty. Streetlights reflect off wet pavement. Not a single piece of trash. Not a single person sleeping rough. Walk through Shinjuku, Osaka, Kyoto. The story's the same. Spotless sidewalks, silent parks, gleaming subway stations that smell like lavender. Not a tent in sight. No cardboard cities. No one shaking a cup. The official numbers seem to confirm what your eyes tell you. Fewer than 3,000 homeless people in the entire nation. In a country of 125 million, that's statistically invisible. Compare that to Los Angeles alone, 75,000. Or New York City, 88,000. Or the entire United States, 653,000. Japan looks like a miracle. But here's the trick. The count doesn't include anyone with any roof over their head. The 15,000 people sleeping in 24-hour manga cafes, not counted. The thousands renting capsule hotel pods by the night, not counted. Anyone in a net cafe booth, a friend's floor, or a storage unit, not counted. Japan didn't eliminate homelessness, it redefined it. And the streets enforce that redefinition. Look closer at that park bench. Notice the armrests placed every 2 feet. Those aren't for comfort, they're dividers, preventing anyone from lying down. That beautiful public park locked at 10 p.m. Those flower planters under the overpass strategically placed to block anyone from seeking shelter. It's called hostile architecture, and Japan has perfected it into an art form. Every surface in every public space is designed with one hidden purpose: make rest impossible. And if design doesn't work, law does. Under the Minor Offenses Act, Article 1, Clause 22, asking strangers for money is illegal. Violators face detention, fines, or forced relocation. The message is carved into the concrete. If you fall, fall quietly. If you suffer, suffer invisibly. So the real question isn't how Japan solved homelessness. It's how an entire nation agreed to look away. And that agreement has a name. In Japan, there's a word that shapes everything: haji, shame. But it's not the Western concept of guilt or embarrassment. It's deeper, existential, a bone-deep terror of becoming meiwaku, a burden to others. From the moment you enter school, you learn one rule above all: protect the wa, the harmony. Don't stand out, don't complain, don't disturb the group. Your suffering is your own. Endure it in silence. This cultural conditioning creates a devastating trap. When a salaryman loses his job, he often hides it from everyone, even his own family. He wakes up, puts on his suit, kisses his wife goodbye, then rides the trains in circles for 8 hours, sitting in libraries, killing time in parks, maintaining the performance of normalcy. Some do this for months. One man interviewed by a Tokyo NGO said,
"I couldn't tell my wife. It's better to disappear than to explain your failure."
And many do disappear. Not to the streets, that would be too visible. They vanish into the gray zones, capsule hotels, net cafes, 24-hour family restaurants where no one asks questions. That's why Japan's homeless don't look homeless. Walk through Ueno Park at dawn. You'll see men in clean shirts doing stretches, suits hung neatly on park fences, drying overnight, faces freshly shaved in public bathrooms. They maintain appearances because appearance is survival. They don't beg, not because they don't need money, but because the act of asking shatters the last thread of dignity. In Western countries, poverty often triggers sympathy. News stories, charity drives, public concern. In Japan, it triggers distance, not cruelty, discomfort. People look away because witnessing struggle creates obligation, and obligation creates burden. It's a quiet, invisible exile, enforced not by police or policy, but by the collective conscience of 125 million people. But here's the brutal efficiency of the system. When your existence itself feels shameful, you learn to exist without being seen. You rent your dignity by the hour. Picture a corridor lit by flickering fluorescent lights, rows of narrow doors, numbered 1 through 200. Behind each door, a space the size of a closet, a computer desk, a chair, sometimes a blanket. No windows, no privacy, no silence. Welcome to the Manga Cafe, Japan's invisible shelter system. These aren't tourists taking a break. They're people who call this home. They're called Net Cafe refugees, Neto Cafe Nanmin, and they are Japan's hidden homeless. Each night costs about 2,000 yen, roughly $15, just enough to keep you off the street. Never enough to save for an apartment. Here's the trap. Most of these people have jobs, day labor at construction sites, night shifts stocking shelves at Family Mart, delivery routes on bicycles through Tokyo's maze. They work, they earn, but the money evaporates. 2,000 yen for the booth, 800 yen for instant ramen and coffee, 200 yen for the coin laundry, 500 yen for the public bath to stay presentable. By the end of the week, they're back to zero. One 34-year-old man told an interviewer,
I work 50 hours a week. I just can't afford to stop working long enough to find an apartment.
To rent an apartment in Tokyo, you need first month's rent, last month's rent, deposit, usually 2 months' rent, agent fee, 1 month's rent, key money, rake-in, a non-refundable gift to the landlord. That's roughly 5 to 6 months' rent up front. For a cheap Tokyo apartment, that's 300,000 to 400,000 yen. About 2,500 to 3,000 US dollars. When you're paying daily rent just to survive, you'll never save that much. It's a poverty trap with a lock and key. NGOs estimate Tokyo alone has 15,000 people in this situation. Osaka, another 5,000. Nagoya, Fukuoka, Sapporo, thousands more. That's 5 times Japan's entire official homeless count. But because they pay for their space, because they stay quiet, because they still shower and show up for work, they don't exist in the government's data. One cafe owner said it plainly.
They never make eye contact. They log in at midnight, sleep till 6, and disappear. Some have been coming every night for 3 years.
Japan didn't solve homelessness. It privatized it, turned despair into a business model, packaged it in glowing blue cubicles, and called it the free market, one glowing coffin at a time. But how did one of the world's richest nations end up renting survival by the hour? Rewind to 1980. Japan is the envy of the world. Its economy is booming. Nintendo, global giants. And at the heart of it all, a promise. Shushin Koyo, lifetime employment. You graduate university at 22, join a company, work there until retirement at 60. In exchange for absolute loyalty, the company becomes your family. They pay for your wedding, help with your mortgage, throw parties when your children are born. It's more than a job, it's an identity. And for decades, it works. Then, 1991, the bubble bursts. Stock market crashes 60%, real estate collapses. The Nikkei index, which hit 38,000 in 1989, plummets to 14,000. Banks fail, companies hemorrhage money. The economic miracle becomes the lost decade. And the first thing companies cut? People. But not the salaried employees. They fire the hokken, the temporary workers. They stop hiring new graduates. Suddenly, an entire generation enters the workforce and finds the door locked. They're called the lost generation. People born between 1970 and 1985 who came of age during Japan's longest recession. No stable jobs, no career ladder, no future. Many took temp work, thinking it was temporary. 20 years later, they're still temps. Today, 37% of Japan's entire workforce, over 20 million people, are non-regular employees. They work full-time hours, but earn half the salary of regular staff. No bonuses, no pensions, no job security, just contracts renewed month by month, always one bad quarter away from termination. A 45-year-old former temp worker told a documentary crew,
I worked for the same logistics company for 18 years. I trained the new managers, but I'm still listed as temporary.
This isn't an accident. It's policy. In 1999, Japan deregulated temp work to increase flexibility. Companies loved it. Labor costs dropped by 40%. But for workers, it created a permanent underclass. And here's where the shame returns. In Japan, a man's worth is still measured by his company.
Where do you work?
Is the first question at any gathering. If your answer is
派遣です。
the conversation ends. So many lie. Or they stop going out entirely. Japan's culture of gaman, silent endurance, tells them, don't complain, adapt, persevere. And they do. They work 60-hour weeks across multiple jobs. They smile, they bow, they show up on time. But inside, they're drowning. And when they finally go under, there's no one waiting to pull them out. A social worker in Osaka said it best.
In Japan, asking for help is admitting defeat, and defeat is unforgivable.
Every January, officials conduct the National Homeless Count. They walk through parks, under bridges, along riverbanks. They count bodies sleeping outside, and that's it. If you're in a cafe, you're not counted. In a hospital corridor, you're not counted. Sleeping in a 24-hour McDonald's, you're not counted. The methodology is designed for one outcome, a low number, and it works. But there's a deeper machinery at play. To receive welfare, seikatsu hogo, in Japan, you must meet strict criteria. Proof you have no family who can support you. Documentation showing you've exhausted all savings. A registered address.
You need a
Wait,
permanent address
to get help
listed here.
finding housing, you need housing? Exactly. It's a bureaucratic catch-22, and it's by design. Japan's welfare stigma runs so deep that only 1.6% of the population receives benefits, compared to 20% in Germany or 25% in France. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended, keeping people out. Meanwhile, the streets stay pristine. Japan has perfected hostel architecture, benches with armrests every 60 centimeters, rounded surfaces that make sleeping impossible, parks that lock gates at sunset, underpasses with bright LED lighting and speakers playing classical music at random intervals. One architect admitted,
We designed to deter loitering. It's about maintaining civic beauty.
but there's another layer of control, enforcement. Japan has the strictest drug laws in the developed world. Possession of even marijuana can result in years in prison. The result? Less than 2% of Japanese citizens have ever used illegal drugs, compared to 48% in the United States. Those who do get caught aren't left on the street. They're in prison or institutionalized. Same with severe mental illness. Japan has the highest psychiatric hospitalization rate in the world. Average stay, 300 days. People aren't treated in communities. They're removed from them, out of sight, out of mind, out of data. The result, a society that looks untouched by chaos. A Tokyo social worker summed it up.
Japan doesn't have fewer homeless people. It just has better places to hide them.
It's 6 a.m. in Tokyo. The first trains rumble awake. Salarymen in perfect suits flood the platforms. Stations gleam. No litter, no disorder. You'd never know that just hours before, dozens of people were sleeping in these same hallways, waking before dawn to disappear before the crowds arrive. Japan's streets are clean. Its systems hum with efficiency. There are no tents, no shouts, no visible despair. But silence is not peace. It's pressure. The salaryman who loses his job stops answering his phone. The tenant 3 months behind on rent packs his things at 3 a.m. and vanishes. His family tells neighbors,
He got transferred to Osaka.
no one asks questions. In a society built on image, shame becomes stronger than hunger. And so millions live in what researchers call precarious stability, working, smiling, functioning, while standing on the edge of collapse. A 52-year-old woman living in a net cafe told a reporter,
I'm not homeless. I have a roof. I just don't have a home.
that distinction matters in Japan, because if you're not visibly homeless, you're not homeless at all. But when you make struggle invisible, you make compassion optional. The man renting the cubicle still dreams of an apartment. The woman counting coins at the vending machine still feels shame when coworkers ask where she lives. They are not statistics. They are not policy failures. They are the price we pay for order, for beauty, for a society that values appearance over existence.
In the end, Japan didn't solve homelessness, it buried it. Built a world where appearance matters more than truth, where shame replaces help, and where silence is mistaken for harmony. You can sweep the streets 1,000 times. You can engineer every bench, every park, every overpass, but you can't clean away what you refuse to see. Every society chooses what to hide. Japan chose its people, and the world applauds the results, never asking where the disappeared have gone. What do you think about the way Japan handles its homeless? Leave your thoughts in the comments and follow for the next truth we uncover.